And now, Deep Thoughts with Blossoming Sun and Jess Plan.
What is the best wine to drink in between switching from console to PC games? Ports.
Oh, I get it. Ooh, I love ports too. I love me a good 10-year tawny port. Ooh, bitch. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm drinking a beer at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. No regrets.
It's not a problem.
No regrets.
Because I'm here with you, so you're not drinking alone.
I never drink alone. I have dogs, okay?
That's why we adopt. Okay?
That's why we have pets, so we never drink alone. Now we understand. There you go. Hi, hello.
I never drink alone.
You never drink
alone? At least that's what the voices in my head tell me.
Just please don't. Please don't be crazy. Please don't be secretly crazy.
That is that's asking a lot of me. I think you should have known that I was crazy before we started the podcast. Not really sure. All right.
Hi, I'm Blossoming Sun.
And I'm just playing. The crazy one.
The crazy one. Ooh. Like crazy fun.
Oh God, I sounded like Jerry Lewis.
I don't know who Jerry Lewis is.
Me.
Yeah, I'm learning so many things.
All right.
Is Jerry Lewis a comedian?
We're gonna be talking.
Wait.
Yes,
okay.
An older comedian. Okay. Like Jerry Lewis and Dean Martin.
Like how old? Like Red Skelton?
I would say around that period, yes.
Okay, well, I'll only know Red Skelton. So.
Infomercials and not infomercials, but telethons, like the old PBS stuff.
Oh.
And he was known for his kind of wacky, like all flavor, kind of like, Bill Cosby, where he would, make funny noises, and that was funny, like funny and loud, funny noises and loud equal funny. He was one of those people.
Oh, okay. So kind of like Big Bang Theory. Gotcha. Okay.
Yes, yeah. He was the Big Bang Theory of comedians.
Oh,
correct.
That's sad. Okay, well, dope.
Yeah, but he was like a comedian for like 80 years or something.
You know what we should do one day?
He was nicknamed the King of Comedy.
We should just roast things. We should just have a roast-a-thon instead of a telethon. Yes, but also roasting like with words and verbally. Yes.
Verbal abuse. The episode.
That's not what we would call it. It's roasting because it's funny. If it's funny, it's not verbal abuse, is it, Jess? Gotcha there, bitch. I'm just kidding. It's still verbal abuse. I just wanted to be very clear about that. It's still verbal abuse. You shouldn't verbally abuse your friends and or other. But roasting is different.
Hilarious, so I don't know. Maybe I'm just impervious to pain. Maybe I'm the Logan of comedy, all right? Maybe I'm the Wolverine.
Oh my God, can I tell you about something really quickly before we talk about games that we're excited about for this year?
Because we're supposed to be doing upcoming games of 2019.
We are. We're supposed to be talking about our upcoming games we're really excited about. We're not covering all of them. We're not a fucking list, okay? We're people, and we're only talking about things we care about.
We're well-rounded. Okay?
All right. But I wanted to mention something that I found out on YouTube. YouTube, as soon as one person fucks up, like does something really fucking stupid on YouTube now, I'll give you an example. Logan Paul or Jake Paul? I can't remember which one of them did it. But they decided to do a Bird Box challenge. Obviously, it was scripted, and they did not actually Bird Box, Bird Box challenges, if you don't know what Bird Box is, it's a movie, you blindfold yourself when you hear these birds go crazy, whatever. Anyways, explain a movie badly.
They explain explanations of movies from BS.
Explain movies badly. We can do that as another episode as well. I'm down with that. But essentially, Bird Box challenges went like crazy viral on YouTube for like a month once the movie came out and everyone was watching it and there was all these memes and everything. Well, I can't remember which Paul brother it was, but one of the Paul brothers decided that they were going to drive while being blindfolded as the Bird Box challenge. Bird Box challenge driving, which is fucking stupid. Obviously it was scripted. They didn't actually fucking do it like endangering people's lives because that'd be dumb as shit, and they're smart. They're smarter than they let on. But because of that, and because of the video, YouTube was like, okay, everyone that tries to do a bird box challenge, even if it's like you just sitting down trying to taste things or trying to stir a soup and trying to eat your soup with a spoon, it's going to be demonetized because they're all dangerous. Doesn't matter. Across the board. Anything that says bird box in it, demonetized. So now we found out that anything that the Paul brothers ruin is ruined for everyone. So I think everything is going to go downhill very quickly.
I feel like they've always had some appalling behavior.
Oh, God. So, yeah, I just wanted to point that out. Fun facts.
Yeah.
Fun
I
facts
really
about
hope
YouTube.
maybe they said something about the Big Bang Theory since it's finally ending. Maybe we just need to get it. Maybe we need to utilize the Paul brothers a little bit better. Like, if we can stop a lot of things.
I really hate the Big Bang Theory. I really do.
Listen to this bad music, Paul brothers, and like
burning fiery passion of 1,000 suns. I hate the Big Bang Theory.
I also
We'll talk about it eventually when we have a roast episode. Roasting is not bad though. We're not verbally abusing people. We're just verbally talking about our distaste in a humorous way towards things that aren't alive. Like, we probably shouldn't shit talk the Paul brothers because they're people. But we could shit talk their YouTube channel because that's an entity that is neither alive nor dead. It's a Schrodinger's identity. So
that's a nice way to skirt that, where it's like, we don't have to shit on them. We can shit on the things they do.
Yeah. Oh my God, 100%. That's how I always say things. Like, if you want to critique someone, don't critique them and their identity, critique their behavior. That's what you do. That's the appropriate way of doing it, because then maybe they'll realize their behavior is abhorrent, which it is. It's terrible. Let's talk about games, though. Let's do it.
Sure.
Jess, take the lead.
All right, so I think the biggest one, the one that we're both equally excited for, is, of course, Shenmue 3. Now,
yes! Oh, I was gonna say it, and you say I thought you were gonna say something else, but I was gonna say Shenmue 3, but then you said Shenmue 3, and I was like, oh, she said it. Anyways, I hate Shenmue, but you love it. It's great. It's beautiful. I mean, okay.
I'm really excited for it. Like, little tiny Jess that still lives in my spirit is super pumped.
To be fair,
it's like somebody gave her like a shit ton of cotton candy. That's what this is.
There is a game that I really loved when I was but a young child, because obviously as children we can't do things that adults do. Like, we can't just make the decision to go on a whirlwind trip across the world or whatever, and we can't just go get a job when we're children, and we idolize those things in our parents and whatnot. And so there was a game similar to Shenmue, much older than Shenmue. It was a PC game where you were a person that literally just went to work. You had a desk job, and you got to choose the answers that your little character would give. And then you'd go to a bar.
Are you talking about The Sims?
No, because it was actual English. Like, you're choosing, the only thing you would do is walk around and answer people's questions. Like, you would choose the dialogue options, but there was no timer.
What was the name of it?
Oh my God. It was like all lines and polygons. I cannot even remember. I was like 6 years old when I played this game. Like, if I looked up, old PC, I don't even know what it would be called. Like
old PC business game? It sounds vaguely familiar. That's why I was curious. Like, I don't think I played it.
What's a biological simulation game? I don't know. No, that's not it. Goat Simulator is in that category. That's not appropriate. Please, don't. No. So the reason why I mentioned that is because Animal Crossing is a social simulation video game, right? And it was a social simulation game. Like, it was a social sim. The Sims is another one. But there's a lot of other ones. I just don't remember. Alter Ego, that's a role-playing game. But it didn't have any role-playing in it. It had... I don't know what it would have been. Oh, look, a text-based business social simulation game in 1982. I was not 1982. I was not born in 1982. I was born in 1988. Please don't think I'm that old. I mean, it's fine. People born in 1982, still not that old. There's one called Little Computer People, House on a Disc. That could also be the possibility here. I'm just like going for it. Okay, so really there's
Like
not
the rest of the episode is just trying to find this one game from your childhood.
There's really not that many social simulation games, and so those are really the only two. Executive Suite and Little Computer People. It has to be one of those two. It has to be one of these.
The thing is, the nice thing about social simulation games is that they are fun. Like, you get to kind of, control things a little bit more than you would in your regular life. And the thing I love about Animal Crossing is I get to live out my fantasy of being the only human alive, and then the rest are just animals.
Yeah.
And I can just chill out.
You are the
dog
absolute
mayor.
apex
You
predator.
had me a dog mayor. I loved Animal Crossing. I've played all the Animal Crossing games. I didn't like the fashion one. I didn't really like the one where it was just like home design. I like the interior decorating one. That one was disappointing as hell. But the mobile game, I was down for. I'm just so excited.
Okay.
I feel like the problem is once it comes out, I think at the end of April, they've got tentative release dates for the end of April.
Right.
I'm going to just play nothing but Animal Crossing.
Well,
I'm just a little concerned.
So I love social simulation games. Obviously, I just mentioned that one. After reading the 2 wiki pages for both of these games, I'm 100% sure that it is Executive Suite. That is the game that I wanted to play. That is the game that I was obsessed with. It was made in 1982 for IBM PCs, which is literally what I was playing it on. I remember. So it's like you graduate and you immediately you go through this interview process, and it asks you who are you? What's your gender? What whatever, so on and so forth. And then that kind of forms essentially what your choices are and how you play the game, which is pretty cool. So it was very early on, I enjoyed games like that. And then Sims, I was obsessed with those, but I've never played Animal Crossing. I've never played it.
I've never played it.
So my brother had the GameCube, and he was a fucking hoarder. I love him. He's my brother. I love him dearly. He is wonderful, and I care for him.
You don't have to lie.
Anyway.
He doesn't listen to the podcast.
But anyways, he would hoard that shit. I didn't even get to play Donkey Kong 64 that much, and he had the 64 and the GameCube in his fucking room. Anyways, I had the PlayStation, so I really won during the 90s.
Yeah.
Who was the real winner here? Okay, it was me. All right. So, I mean, to be fair, not a huge fan of Nintendo games, and my brother is, so I just let him have
Same.
it. It's fine. It's cool.
I've
Who
never
got
really
to play
Nintendo
Kingdom Hearts?
that much.
Moi. I did, which is fine.
But
it was okay.
There are a few Nintendo games that I'm like, yeah. Mostly Animal Crossing and anything with Luigi in it. If you got Luigi in it, I'm there.
There you go. Hell yeah.
Because he's my underdog.
So,
he's my underdog boo.
I'm just really excited for that particular game because I've never gotten to play that type of game. I played the mobile one. It was fine. I think this one that's going to come out is going to be better. Yeah.
It's one of those things, because of the fact that it was a mobile game, it was kind of play to, pay to win.
Yeah,
it was really
really short.
You got certain things.
Yeah.
It was very short. It was very repetitive.
I also like the
Animal
idea.
Crossing, girl. Listen, there's a whole thing where you can find fossils. So you have a little shovel and you go and you dig up holes, and you find garbage a lot of the time.
That's
but sometimes
okay.
you'll find fossils. You take it to the museum, and then you build whole. It's a fucking. I just love Animal Crossing. I love
that shit
collecting all
sounds
the
wonderful.
stuff. I love collecting bugs. It's more of a list and category system than the mobile game. Oh, you're gonna love it. It's gonna be great. We can play it together.
Yeah.
Hopefully, there's more. I just got really excited. Sorry. Continue.
No, you're fine. I was just going to say that I've always wanted to play that sort of game where, from what I understand, most people just play it for a little bit each day. They just play it for an hour or so each day. And so they just check in on their friends. And I thought that was a really sweet idea. I think that's really nice. I think that's really adorable. And I just like that idea because I don't really, I get burnt out on games really fast. What I mean by that is even when I'm really enjoying a game, I can only play a video game for so long. Like even my favorite video games, I can only play them for 2 or 3 hours at a time and then I gotta go. Like I will be sitting there and I'll be like, my brain will say, hey, you've been sitting here doing absolutely nothing with your life for, 3 hours. I'm like, oh shit, you're right. I need to go do something. And so my brain will just constantly, even when I was playing Skyrim and Oblivion, which are games where I could get super immersed, my brain was like, okay, it's been like 3 or 4 hours. All you've been doing is decorating your Skyrim house in, the Pale for 2.5 of those 3 or 4 hours. So maybe it's time to get a move on. Maybe we decorate our real life house with our real life things. I'm like, okay, yeah, maybe you're right. Maybe you're right.
The only thing I will forewarn you about with Animal Crossing, at least to me, is the fact that you do get to experience the guilt of owning a Tamagotchi pet and leaving it. Like, I went to my 3DS. Like, I didn't touch my town for a while. Didn't play Animal Crossing much. I came back after a couple weeks, and the townsfolk were like, "Oh my god, like, is that you? I haven't seen you." One asked if I was dead. Like, they thought I was dead, basically.
No.
And I was like, "Whoa, guilt trip much?"
Okay, first of all, that was 3 weeks. That's it.
It was like, yeah. I was just gone for a little bit of time, and they were just basically like really shady. And the thing is, then after a while, after a couple months of not playing it, I assume that it's just like Mad Max now. Like they're just all like kitted out. Like the mayor just disappeared into the smoke, and they just turned into Mad Max.
Wow,
that's what I assume. But yeah, it's like they will guilt you, so just be prepared emotionally.
That's really interesting. That's really, really interesting. So I'm excited to play it. I'm excited. So there's Animal Crossing. I think Shenmue 3. I think the whole draw of that, like you were saying, like I was mentioning, when you're little, you want to play games that are like that allow you to do things that you normally wouldn't do. Yeah. Like be a badass. And not just that, but it's like you get to do even simple things, and everything in the first Shenmue that's the only one that I've watched or can deal with watching. You like everything is so detailed. It's like you actually think, and there's a dynamic weather system, and like there's seasons and shit, and that was never heard of before. Sims 4 Seasons didn't come out for several decades. Yeah. My friends,
like I remember,
I get it,
being so excited about the first Shenmue. Mm-hmm. Like I waited in line to get that shit. Aww. I played it. Like I played it all the way through. I played Shenmue 2. Like I was obsessed with that game. Like the toy capsules and the fact that like in Japan you could actually get the stuff that you got from the game in real life. Mm-hmm. If you like, it was just Sega just made an amazing fucking game. It was great.
That's dope.
I love Shenmue. And the thing is, I don't know if Shenmue 3 is going to live up to the first one. Because let's be honest, Shenmue was great. Shenmue 2 was not as good, although it was fun.
Right.
And I worry about Shenmue 3 because, I don't know, it's going to have to really impress. And particularly since a lot of people who didn't play Shenmue as a child find Shenmue extremely boring to watch because the story is slow.
Extremely slow. It's very slow.
You work a job, you have to get money to go and
absolutely
find your father.
Hysterical that you have to follow little Asian people if you need directions. You just have to follow them. I hope, to God, that is not a system that they use in the new Shenmue.
I just hope there are sailors. I just hope there are more sailors in Shenmue 3.
Oh. So, other than Shenmue 3 and Animal Crossing, there's a couple that I'm excited about. There's 2 that don't have dates. Okay, so one of them might not be a 2019 game. It might be a 2020 game. But the first 2 that do have dates, there's a new zombie game coming out that I want to give a try. It's called Days Gone. It's being released on...
It looks awesome.
It's being released on April 26th. It was announced at E3 last year, I believe. I can't remember. But anyways, they showed a dope-ass trailer, and I thought it was originally Last of Us 2. It wasn't, but it looks just as amazing as The Last of Us 2. Like, without all the emotional things that you're attached to, like Ellie and Joel. Like, you don't have all those emotional attachments, but the action looks dope. Yeah. And it's set in, like, the South, so I identify strongly with it, and it looks cool. So I'm excited for that. I'm really excited. Just
Like I'm also excited for that. I feel like there's been a deficit of really good zombie games, and I'm kind of hoping that fixes it because it does feel like a really interesting blend of The Last of Us
well,
and zombies.
I hope it doesn't
and
play.
It looks graphically pretty.
I hope it doesn't play like The Last of Us. Not to shit on The Last of Us. Naughty Dog is a great developer, but it is very clunky. If you play the new, which I know you're not super fond of the new Tomb Raider games, I'm super fond of them. I love them. The gameplay and the way that you play that game, super smooth. If you play that and then you go on to play, The Last of Us is so slow and clunky. And the way that you play that fucking game is not the way you normally play a game. It is very much like a puzzle. Like, they want you, like, enemies, and I noticed this because I'm a fucking game designer, so it bothers me because all games are ruined forever now. But the enemies will patrol in a specific manner, so you know what you're supposed to do. So it's like, I'm not even supposed to fucking fight these people. I'm just supposed to follow them until they move away. So it's really annoying. The reason why I didn't...
It feels very robotic.
Yeah,
and,
it's
like,
very...
you can kind of track.
It's very robotic. It's very much...
On.
You don't actually have agency. And I think that's the thing that I like the most about the new Tomb Raider games, is you have so much agency. Like, there's so many options for you to take on people. There's different ways to fight people. You can either go the stealthy way, you can go all out if you have, like, you're fully stocked on all your little things that you've crafted. It's just really cool. It gives Lara a huge sense of agency. And then my friend Johnny just gifted me the newest Shadow of the Tomb Raider.
He gifted you the worst of the three. I was like, why, Johnny?
I'm so excited. I don't even care. I'm gonna enjoy it regardless.
Like, I really want to hear what you think about it, because it's like, well, I disliked the new Tomb Raider series because I'm more of a classist. Like, I like classic.
You
Lara.
like the puzzles.
Yeah, I like the puzzles.
I like shanking bitches in the bushes.
Like, she's such a badass mofo in the first, like, the originals. Like, there's one I remember as a child. Like, she's just, like, slapping this person with a gun, and then she's like, every breath you take is a gift from me. And I'm like, Laura, get it, girl. Like, I was just so in. And so I played the reboot. And it was more like she's becoming the Tomb Raider, and Shadow of the Tomb Raider is supposed to be her finally being the Tomb Raider, and it's disappointing. In comparison, she's not. I think she's meant to be.
I think she's meant to be more human. Like, she's not meant to be such a caricature of an action hero.
And I just don't care for her.
You're like, I just want her to be a character and not a human being because she's fake.
Well, I feel like there's a difference between being a human being and being like. I feel like there's a difference between being like a well-rounded, strong woman and being a whiny bitch, and that's what she is in a lot of the newer reboots. Is she whines and she moans and she's just like, oh, sorry, only hurt my knee, like, and I just like, oh my god, Lara Croft, pick yourself up, pick yourself up. You fought a T-Rex, you punched a bear, but pick yourself up. Like, I can't deal with it emotionally because I just want her to be stronger than she is. I'm like, I'm stronger than Lara Croft in a lot of the newer games sometimes, and I'm like, what the hell?
I can see that. I think I identify with her. Okay, to be fair, I didn't play all the Tomb Raiders back in the day. I played 2 of them, so I don't have like a huge attachment to that. But I'm not fond of puzzles, if I'm going to be honest with you. I don't really give a shit about puzzles. I'm not fond of them. That's why Mass Effect is my favorite series of video games, because there's not that many puzzles. It's mostly it's so good. I just care about characters. And like when Lara Croft like cries because like her friends are in danger, I'm like, bitch, I feel you. And then also, I just want Lara Croft to be like a well-rounded individual without any sort of traumatic I also don't like super macho people. I don't identify with them. I don't care for them. So it's like, I think I identify better with this new Lara Croft than the old Lara Croft. Because that bitch was all about puzzles. And I don't really like that shit. That's probably why Final Fantasy X is one of my least favorite Final Fantasies, now that I'm thinking about it. Also, I fucking hate Titus. Whiny bitch.
Like, I feel like I definitely, as a kid, like, my role models were, like, the original Lara Croft Emma Peel from the Avengers and like Sydney Bristow from Alias. Like I loved those kinds of like strong badass women. Like I know 5 languages. I can
That's
kill you with
pretty
a tea bag. Like I love that.
I do like Zoe Saldana in the new Star Trek movies.
Oh yes,
She's so
like
good.
that kind.
Yeah, she's really strong.
Where they have a soft side and it shows, but for
Yeah.
the most part they're like, I'm gonna get this done. Like I gotta do the thing.
I feel like I'm already that way, so it's nice when people aren't that way.
Yeah, so maybe it's like an opposite because
Yeah.
most of the time I'm not that way. So
You're
I aspire to be
admiring,
that,
yeah,
but
you're
already
admiring
that.
the stuff
So
that you're not.
That's why you admire me so much.
Yeah, I admire you. I admire you. I think you're like, I'm not self-reliant. Yes, you are.
But anyway, I'm glad that Johnny gifted you that.
Yeah,
That was
I'm
a side-
excited. Thank you, Johnny.
I think you'll
appreciate you.
I think you'll enjoy it. Let me know because the story is pretty weird.
Oh,
slow.
that's not good. That's not good. You just said
I didn't
the
like the
story's
story
pretty
in that one.
weird.
The gameplay mechanics and the gameplay of the Tomb Raider games, the first 2 I really enjoyed. I think you would enjoy Uncharted as well.
Oh, I fucking hate
similar.
Uncharted. I say that as I have an Uncharted tattoo on my arm. It's a fake tattoo. I just wanted everyone to know because I'm not a badass. But the first Uncharted is so fucking bad. Okay, I don't like resource management. That's why I cannot play. What's that other fucking spooky game with the shooting and the lights and the batteries and the fucking he's a writer. It's
What,
like
Outlast?
No. You can't fight back in that game. It's the one where you shoot, but you also have the light from the flashlight, and he's like a writer, and he saw that spooky bitch, and she's like, caw.
Oh my
It
God,
is
what the hell are you...
called American Nightmare. It is
Oh, Alan Wake?
Alan Wake. I fucking cannot play that shit. Not because I'm.
Oh my
It's
God,
because
I love
I'm
Alan
bad.
Wake.
It's because I'm bad at it. Okay, I cannot deal with resource management. The anxiety of not having enough batteries and not having enough ammo, that gives me heart palpitations. Like I am healthy
that.
as a horse. That shit. When I see I only have like Resident Evil is a little bit different, but that's mostly because I watch other people play them before I play them. So I'm like, okay, I'm going in this with like a little bit more of knowledge. Because I'm pretty sure those would give me a heart attack. But resource management, I am not about that life. Blossoming Sun is about knowing how much shit she has at all times, how much is available to her. If she can go get some more, she can craft some more. Bitch, she's there. She's for it. But I can't deal with that shit in video games. If it's like, oh, here you go, Blossoming Sun. You have 6 bullets. Best of luck, bitch. I'm out. And it's just like, no, come back. Can I craft
That's how I feel
things?
about Stardew Valley. Like any kind of resource management where I have to like try to constantly get resources, that's kind of how I feel.
But I
Games
like
really
that.
just-
I don't like just being given stuff.
I'm like the exact opposite.
Okay. Well, you're so, like, you're more prepared for the real world. I'm like thinking I can craft some fucking bullets here.
You're
know
gonna
what I mean?
MacGyver everything, and I'm gonna be over there just like, well, I'm dead now because I'm out of my bullets. Though, interestingly, since you mentioned Alan Wake,
Yeah.
I loved Alan Wake, and then I loved
The story was
Quantum
really
Break,
cool,
which
but then I
is-
just got too scared. I got too scared.
yeah. It is a little spoopy.
The demon
in
voices.
spots, but...
Oh, the demon voices. The lumberyard was that was so traumatic.
yeah.
No, Jess,
is
don't say that
hilarious,
you love it.
okay.
It's terrible. It's terrifying. Wow, how can you No,
so good.
no.
It's real spooky, and it was real good, and I love the story, and I love
The story
take
was
on,
really
like,
good. The story was really good.
The parody Twilight Zone that plays in the background. It's just really, really good. American Nightmare, the DLC is also pretty good.
I have both of those, but I'm never gonna
But-
finish them.
Quantum Break is the second game that developer made, and it's also really good. And then they're actually making one of the other games that is upcoming that I'm really excited about, which is Control.
Control,
So basically, players
starring
fight against.
Jesse Faden. That's a sexy
Oh my
redhead
God,
lady. Yeah.
That's a sexy redhead lady. So she
Yeah,
has something
she's the
called the
protagonist.
Director's Pistol, which is essentially a firearm that can be transformed into different shapes. I'm not really sure what is exactly going to happen,
Whoa.
but it's supposed to be less linear than their previous games. So you're supposed to have the ability to actually explore. Because Quantum Break and Alan
cool.
Wake,
Yeah, they're
apparently
very
they just
linear.
decided to stop rhyming. I just realized that they decided to stop rhyming their titles.
No.
They basically said they're going to have a bunch of different stuff. And supposedly it's going to have co-op, but they haven't said what that's going to be. I'm really excited for it, though. Their games are always great. The stories are really good.
They were really beautiful until I was terrified,
Yeah.
I was
That's
terrified.
true. That's like a lot of horror games, though. Like if you get scared easily, like it's like Devotion.
It's actually not even like I'm scared in the whole situation. I'm scared I'm gonna lose because I suck. That's what I'm scared about. I'm scared that I won't have enough ammo, and the resource management. It puts me in that mindset. Oh, I'm just gonna die because I don't have enough batteries.
Get randomly aggressive when I don't have enough batteries. Like,
you're just like, I need to fucking use this light, this flashlight. Turn on, damn it.
Why wouldn't you just bash? Like, okay, here's my problem, right?
Yeah.
It's like with a lot of those types of things. It's if I run out of batteries and there is a zombie coming near me, like I am just gonna be using a chair, like
100%.
a lamp, whatever is near me, books. I don't care. Like you're
gonna throw everything in anything around me. You know what I always wondered? Why didn't people go to like buildings and then just sever the floors? Like what I mean by that is, why don't you just go somewhere and sever, like just break part of the stairs so that no one can get up them? You know what I mean?
I read a short story that was like that once.
Like
I can't remember what it was called, but yeah, they did that where they broke the stairs.
Yeah.
And basically made sure that nobody could get up.
Or just collapse like a whole portion so that you have your own fire escape outside your window, and then the stairs are all crushed. So you get to choose when you can escape or leave. But everyone else, like the zombies aren't going to be smart enough to go up the stairs or, get past the broken stairs. They're dumb. They're dumb. Zombies are dumb.
No, they're not.
So, yeah, I don't know.
But
we're just smarter than they are, Jess. That's all. That's all that comes to. So
what's in, like, I've got a couple different like horror games that I'm excited for, and a couple different like stupid games I'm excited for. But what's another one that you're excited for?
Spooky games. You mentioned spooky games. I'm really excited. So this is the one that's not been, the date hasn't been announced yet, but Death Stranding, which I'm sure you will love because it's going to feature Norman Reedus as the delivery man. Yeah. I'm real fucking stoked about it. It's very metaphorical. This is Hideo Kojima's Death Stranding, and this will be the first game that he's ever made outside of, who was he with? Konami. That's who it was. Oh, Konami, I forget those bitches because they're so dumb. So
they are indeed.
Death Stranding, it's okay. Hideo Kojima said it will definitely be out before the 2020 Tokyo Olympics. So Tokyo Olympics in 2020 happen in June. So it might be released at the beginning of 2020, but I think it's going to be out by Christmas of this year. I'm hoping. That's me being very optimistic. I hope it is. I want it to be. Otherwise, we might have to wait until like January, February. But I think it'll definitely be out a few months before Tokyo 2020. If you haven't heard about Death Stranding, it's fucking dope. It features Norman Reedus. Guillermo del Toro is also in it. He didn't help produce this, actually. He's just a character in the game. It's really interesting. If you watch the trailers, it's very metaphorical. It's very philosophical. It's going to be weird as shit. I already know that.
It's also got Mads Mikkelsen in it.
Oh, that really cutie. Okay. All right. Okay.
Yeah.
There's also a lady in it. I don't know what her name is, but she seems to be heavily tied to Norman Reedus's character as well. So I'm really interested in seeing if they release one more thing before. I think they'll release one more trailer with the official date for when the game's going to come out. Hideo Kojima is known for not giving too much away regarding his games, so we won't know too much before it comes out. But I think we'll see one more video, uno más. So that's just I just really love Hideo Kojima. I have like this deep love for him because my dad first bought us the very first console that we had outside of our. So we had a Sega Genesis when I was very young. My brothers actually never got to play it because we gave it to my mom's brother, my uncle. So he had it. And then when my brothers were born and they got to be a little bit older, we bought our first Super Nintendo, but my parents are fucking crazy and they only got us third-party games, except for Donkey Kong Country. That was like the most mainstream game we got. Otherwise, it was shit like Pink Panther, Dennis the Menace, Crash Test Dummies, shit like that. One time we did get to borrow our friend's Turtles in Time. Holy shit, I love the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Holy shit, I love them. So it was a weird time when I had a Super Nintendo, and my brothers mostly had it in their room. But then my father, who is a glorious man, he bought us a PlayStation, and I got to watch him and help him beat Metal Gear Solid, and it was the most wonderful and mysterious time in my life, and that was the first time I ever watched a Let's Play in scene.
Aww.
Yeah, isn't that cool? I got to watch and like no one else bothered us because my brothers were too young. They didn't understand. They couldn't read the subtitles yet. Ha! Joke's on them. They can read now though, so that's good. That's good. I'm glad they can read now. But yeah, it's just like a good time. It's a good feelsy time. I love my dad, and he played that game with me, and we got to sit in the box that the dog peed on him in, and that was cool. And he got to smoke cigarettes in front of his dog. He did that in real life too. But anyways, it was fucking cool. And I got to help him with it. And he was like, wow. He was
I feel like that's kind of the same nostalgia with like me and Shenmue. It's
that's
kind of
literally
like,
the only game that I have nostalgia for. I am not a nostalgia person. Like, I could take or leave The Sims. I could take or leave any of those third-party games. We didn't even have Tekken or Mortal Kombat like our friends did down the street, so we got to play them. But, like, we got Killer Instinct. Wow.
Oh,
instead
wow,
of like,
I remember that.
Instead of like the regular side-scrolling, like we didn't get Star Fox, we got Gradius 3. Wow. I mean, Gradius is a great set of games. They are wonderful, but like Gradius, man. We had Gradius 3 though because it was co-op. It was the first Gradius game where you could play two people on the screen instead of just one. So that was nice, but most of the time, I just played both controllers because my brothers were too young. So that's cool.
But yeah, I'm excited for Death Stranding.
Yeah, I think you'll like it. Have you ever played a Hideo Kojima game? Like any of the Metal Gear Solid? Okay.
I played the Metal Gear Solids, but I played them when I was older, and I didn't really care for them much, and I didn't like PT.
Some people
but that's
are into stealth games and some aren't.
Yeah, I don't think PT was a good version of
It's
Silent Hill.
not really a game. It's not really a game.
It's not really a game. It's a playable trailer.
It is. It's
and
you're just walking
I didn't
through
like
stuff.
the like puzzle pieces in the menus and stuff. It was too as a game. As if it had nothing to do with Silent Hill, I would be less harsh on it.
Oh yeah.
But since they
for
were
sure.
going to make it into a Silent Hill game, I was a little bit like, the hell.
I think at that point,
I'm excited. I'm kind of glad that he's doing this instead.
Oh, I think he finally gets to do something that he wants to do. I think the only reason he made PT is because they were like, you have to do this thing, and it's got to be tied and similar to Silent Hill. But he was like, fine, but I'm gonna fuck it up real bad.
Yeah,
like,
that's what it felt like. It was just like
it was like kind of like a silent
thing.
He was like, I'm gonna make it fucking spooky like Silent Hill, but I'm gonna do whatever the fuck I want. He was like silently protesting. And they're like, most people were like, yeah, this is really fucking spooky. And then the rest of the people were like, but it's not Silent Hill at all.
Yeah, like it's not at all what this game is about or what this is or the vibe. Like,
yeah.
But yeah, it was an odd experience.
I will
say.
So
I think that it's taken those themes and he's just plopped it into Death Stranding because that's clearly what he was trying to do. Yeah. That's what he wanted to do. So I'm excited.
I think he's finally getting to do what he wants, like you said. So I think it's going to be a lot better than what PT would have been in the end.
Oh yeah. Because I know just from that playable trailer that I would have been pissed.
Oh,
like
yeah.
it would have been another Silent Hill Homecoming all again.
You were
for
like,
me.
where
I would have been
are the real puzzles? Where are they?
Like in this TED Talk, I will. Like I would have gone off.
Yeah.
But Speaking of spoopy games, I am also excited for Lorelei. It's the last of the Cat Lady trilogy.
Yes.
Um, it's called The Devil Came Through here, which
Oh,
is Downfall, Cat Lady, and Lorelei.
wow.
And I'm super pumped for it. I am so pumped. That series of games is not only just the art style is amazing, but the story is really, really good. It
The
deals a lot with,
story and
mental
the
illness and
yeah, and like the relatability to it, like how real it
yeah.
is and how authentic they are. They're like really
And
beautiful
also
games.
demons. Like
Demons though. Like inner
meet your
demons
girl.
and external demons.
Yeah. Mikowski's really good. Of course, the soundtrack's amazing too. And Lorelei looks really cool. It's going to be, I think, the first one that's has a lot of color,
Yeah.
which I'm wondering if
That's
that's going
really
to play
interesting.
into the story as well.
Yeah.
Because he doesn't really just put stuff into the games without thinking about it first.
Right. Yeah.
Everything
Yeah.
in the game is related to the story, and Downfall relates to Cat Lady and vice versa.
Yep.
So I'm real curious.
That is really
I'm real
exciting.
curious to see how it gets all tied up.
That's really cool. I guess okay, so there's two other games that I'm kind of excited about. I'll talk about okay. So Jess, have you played Dark Souls?
Yes.
Okay.
A little
Did you
bit.
like it?
I didn't like it at the time, but that was because I streamed it on Twitch, and so it was getting backseat gamed a lot.
Oh
And I wasn't
my
really
God.
into grinding games at the time. I didn't
Yeah.
really. I'm not a patient person, so I wasn't super into going to a place, having to go back to a bonfire, then going back to the place. But I've grown like since I started liking Getting Over It and Hollow Knight and stuff. I've grown to love those, so I'm gonna probably play it again soon. That's one of
Yeah.
the things on
You
my
just
list
have
of
to not
to-dos.
care. That's the
Yeah.
whole yep. 100%. You
And
just
I
have to
find
not
those
care.
chill now.
I never raged at it. I love Dark Souls. It's a beautiful world, and the mind fuckery of just how the whole world ties together. Like, there's going to be shortcuts that you unlock throughout the game. You'll be like, holy shit, this goes back to this? What? And it's like some mind fuckery. It's really fucking cool. So I really enjoy that. The really interesting thing that I may suggest to you, it is not backseat gaming, but the story in the game, number one, you can talk to everyone multiple times and they will all say something different every single different time that you talk to them. So if you stand there and you talk to them once and you think you're done talking to them, if you talk to them again, they'll say something completely different. So if you're really interested in knowing what the story is to Dark Souls, talk to the people like 3 or 4 times. And then once they start to say the same thing, you'll be like, oh, okay, cool. And then the other thing is, as you gain items, like when people drop armor or weapons or anything, read the little blurbs inside the weapon. So like when you open up your menu to go equip something new, just read what the little blurbs say, because it'll tell you. It's also very depressing what they all say. Like, it's like, this person went mad and decided that they should kill their family, and so on and so forth. It's just like, everyone goes crazy, essentially. It's dope. It's real cool. But From Software is the developer that made Dark Souls. They're making a new series because Dark Souls is coming to a close, I think. And they have another series that I think is also coming to a close. But From Software made this new series called Sekiro, Shadows Die Twice. And it is a dope-ass samurai game, and I'm fucking stoked. It's just like, oh my god, it looks beautiful. I have never been a samurai before, and I've always wanted to be a samurai. Ever since I was 13 years old, I asked my sensei, could I fight with a samurai sword? And he said when I turned 18, and then once I was 18, I was no longer doing martial arts. But that's okay. I got to practice with a wooden sword at one point, so that was pretty fucking dope. But I've always wanted to be a samurai. So I even used to, I when we first started doing the Code of Bushido, which is the code of the samurai, we would kind of in a cult-like fashion repeat that at the beginning and at the end of our martial arts training sessions. So I was like really into samurai. So I'm still really into samurai. So I'm really excited about this game. That's all I care about. That's literally all I care about. Sekiro
You
Shadows.
put that eye in samurai.
I do. I do.
You live your dreams.
I don't collect
It looks
samurai
gorgeous.
swords though. It does.
Like,
It's
I
so pretty.
can't remember when the trailer went through. I think it was the Game Awards or something. I was watching something and the
Yes,
trailer
yeah. They
premiered,
did.
and
They
it was
showed
it was real
actually
pretty.
a really, really short trailer in 2017 on the Game Awards for 2017. They showed a really short one that was From Software announcing that they were going to be doing a new game. And then this past year for the Game Awards, they were like, yup, it's called Sekiro Shadows Die Twice, bitch. And then we got to learn more about it at E3 as well. So that was cool. That was really neat.
I think it's gonna be fun. Like, it looks really fun.
Yeah.
It looks smooth and it looks really pretty.
And their gameplay is always great.
Yeah.
Like, when you go to play Dark Souls, if you enjoy the first one and you decide to play the second and third, the second one's very frustrating. So what I would suggest to you is play the first one and then go play something completely different. And just pretend that the rest of the Dark Souls don't exist. And then, after you've forgotten how to play Dark Souls 1, then play Dark Souls 2. I'm not even joking. Like, if I had, I made a terrible mistake because I played Dark Souls 1 and then played Dark Souls 2 and then played Dark Souls 3. Dark Souls 2 was a fucking struggle because it is I don't know what they chose. They changed the controls. They decided, oh, let's just fuck it all up and make the controls completely different from what they used to be. Let's just make jumping twice as hard. Let's just make everything difficult. Why?
So have you played the whole series then?
Yeah,
or did you
yeah.
just...
I've beaten all of them.
Okay.
And then I started speedrunning Dark Souls 1. So I speedrun the all bosses. I fight all the bosses in Dark Souls 1. So essentially it's like a no-hit run. Well, not a no-hit run, but a no-death run because you can't speedrun if you die. But yeah, so it's kind of crazy.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, it's really cool though.
But yeah, no, that's going to be one of the ones I start soon. Probably after I finish Hollow Knight.
I'll pray for your soul. What's a game that you're looking forward to?
Well, there are like, at this point, the last, I would say 3 that I'm looking forward to. Luigi's Mansion 3. That just goes without saying because I love Luigi.
Yeah. Isn't it like a vacuum
not really
or
much
something?
more. Yeah, so Luigi gets a dirt devil, if you will,
Hell yeah.
on his back. And then he goes and he just sucks up ghosts. And that's it. And the ghosts make like little noises like, oh no, like, you know, and then he...
Do you think he'll
good about him.
encounter Boozette this time around?
I don't know if he will. I don't know if he will encounter Bowsette. I would hope he would be able
Not
to. Just suck
Bowsette,
her-
Boozette.
Oh, Boozette. Yeah,
The ghost
I don't
one.
think so.
No.
I would hope not.
And then if he did
Just
suck
let
her
that
up, that could be real sexual, and then she could make some
Oh
real
my
nice
God.
noises. I'm just saying.
Okay.
Please don't make that fanfic.
34.
I'm just letting y'all know. Please
Later on.
don't make the fanfic. Oh my God, I didn't even think of that. That's probably already a fucking... There's
Yes.
probably already done. Oh my God.
I'm pretty sure. I've never, as much as I love Luigi, I've never actually looked to see what kind of fan fiction he has. I'm sure it's
Dear
all
God.
manner of
Hold on. I'm
dear
just
God.
curious
All
now.
manner of dear God.
I'm just curious. Luigi...
But while you're Googling that, I'm also
so
super
sorry.
interested in... You're good!
Oh,
I'm
there is
also
a
super
picture!
interested-
Oh,
Oh, Jesus
God.
Christ. I kind of want you to send it to me, but I don't... Oh, God.
Oh,
Should I
okay,
just
okay. It's
look
not
it
bad.
up?
It's not bad.
Can you
It's
just
not
look
bad.
up,
It's
like-
not terrible. It's not terrible. Here, oh my God, I was
Okay.
about to put
Are you
in
linking
my
it to me?
general. Well, I was just gonna stick it there.
Oh. Oh, well, that's not bad.
That's
That's
one
not
of
bad at all.
them.
He just looks
That's one of them.
confused.
Oh, there's also Spiritual Love, Luigi and Boozette. When Mario goes steady with Bowsette with the Super Crown, Luigi has the idea to use the crown to turn his rival into someone he could love.
What is this? Is this written by the CW now? Like, I don't...
Oh, it says Romance Supernatural. Wait, so is
I'm
King
also
Boo like Luigi's like legit rival?
I guess.
You guess?
I don't really think about his rival as being
Well,
King
I was
Boo.
just wondering who he
that's
really
more-
fights in what you call
Well,
it?
yeah, he does fight him in that, so I guess he would be kind of considered his rival. King Boo is not a villain. That's one of the first things on YouTube. All right, Chris Crocker. Let's not have Courtney and King Boo. That's also not. Luigi looks so mad. This is the reason I love Luigi, because he's so pissed at everything. He's just so done with all of your shit, and that's how I want to be. I'm also excited for Untitled Goose Game, which is on the Switch as well.
Which sounds ridiculous, and I'm also not fond of geese. Okay.
I just really, I'm gonna play that game, and I'm gonna title it Goose Ass Motherfucker, and I'm so excited.
Goose ass motherfucker.
Motherfucker.
Oh dear God. Okay, there's some really scary. I shouldn't look at this anymore.
There's some really.
This is
like,
really
don't
spooky.
Look at any more
I'm gonna be done
because it's starting to get a little.
It's getting
weird.
worse. You know, every time that you go deeper and deeper into the internet.
Oh, did you just delete one of the
I
ones?
did.
Like,
I
so that
didn't.
If one of us dies, it will like not or both of us dies and the other goes.
Here. Do you want me to replace it? I can replace it. It's fine. It's fine.
If you replace it with something that doesn't incriminate me, yes.
It's too late now. It's too. Oh, it won't.
It won't load.
Oh, it will.
Oh, God. Oh, my God. Why does he have diamonds in his eyes?
He's determined.
He's so busty,
He's determined. It's fine.
Why
We will not be linking these to the
we will not.
podcast. No,
You
they're
can
not
imagine
okay.
whatever the hell you want.
So
the
the geese game is literally just you playing as a goose, just trying to knock all this shit off of a picnic and ruin people's days, because geese are the true villains of the world. I hate geese. I hate them. I hate them
They're
with a
really
burning,
mean.
fiery passion.
They're mean birds.
I do.
And
I agree with
really
you.
excited to be a stealthy mean bird.
No. Don't ever aspire to be a stealthy mean bird. That's rude.
You know, I want to have the confidence of a goose that has been looked at. All right? Like, you know, like you just look at a geese, you look at a goose and they just look at you and they're like, "You want to fight, bro?" And they like start flapping their wings. Like, I want to have that kind of confidence.
No.
To just be ready.
No. What's the last one that you're excited for?
Totally reliable delivery service.
Totally
played
reliable delivery service. That sounds totally reliable.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So basically, imagine UPS meets Human Fall Flat. So, like, you're doing Human Fall Flat, which was a ragdoll physics game where you would try to get through this environment with all of your friends.
Right.
So this is a co-op game that's just called Totally Reliable Delivery Service, and it's ragdoll physics, but you're trying to deliver a package. You have to find the package, and then you have to deliver the package. I actually found out about this from my friend Bluebird's Fly. Like, she was at PAX and she played it, and I looked into it, and I am super fucking pumped. Aww. I loved Human Fall Flat, and this looks extremely fun. It looks like an extremely fun co-op game.
I believe you.
Thank you. Thank you for believing me.
I have never heard of either of these games, but I think they sound like fun. And I would love to deliver shit, so hope.
Yeah, maybe you could deliver
and I'm totally reliable
tools to defeat geese.
Yeah. Or just new picnic
Combine
baskets, because geese fuck them up all the time. It's fine.
Well, it's also like you steal the person's hat, like you steal a gardener's hat, and then you have to like get out.
Oh my God.
It's like
that's called thievery.
Goose.
That's totally reliable thievery. What? No.
No, that's
No, that's not okay.
I want to play the Untitled Goose Game. I'm gonna bump that up.
You're gonna put that as my. That's third. Like you're putting your wish list together. You're like, please.
Yeah.
If any of you have any kindness in your heart, please gift Jess playing this Goose Game, Untitled Goose Game.
I feel like when people want to gift me games, they go into my Steam wish list and then they just get scared and they leave.
Wait,
this lady has like 400 games on here.
So my last game that I'm excited for is the Medieval remake. And I have to tell you, Medieval was one of my favorite games, again on the PlayStation, because it's the best console of all time. Not even lying. So great. So I'd have to be honest with you. I think... Oh my God! I have so many more gifts. Oh, that's just Johnny giving me Shadow of the Tomb Raider again. That's fine. It's cool. I'm gonna go to Just Playing's wish list right now, and I'm gonna judge it. Because I think if you haven't heard of Medieval, it's a great game. It's kind of like a 3D platformer. Like, you run through stages and you're fighting things, and then you just gather more and more. I can't remember if it's bones or what, but you like level up occasionally, and you can get different abilities, and it's really fun. It was adorable and goofy looking, And I think it was Bones, but regardless, like, come on. That's some great shit right
You're
there.
protecting. Like, it has that kind of dark humor of, like, almost the Evil Dead series, where it's like you're protecting Gallowmere and stuff. It was fun.
Yeah, it was
I liked it a lot.
adorable, and I really enjoyed it. So yeah. I think
I am definitely looking forward to that one too. At first, when you told me about it, like, that was going to be on your list, I thought you were talking about like the chivalry games on Steam, and I was like, nah.
Yeah,
and then I was like,
those
no.
games. Joe plays those quite a bit. How do I look at your fucking wish list?
So you go to store and wish list for your own, and I think you can go to friends, and then it should be on the right hand side if I remember correctly. Let me see. I will try to find you. Look and listen as we try to. Thanks.
Just playing.
So if you go,
I'm at your profile.
okay. So go to my profile, click on games, which is on the right,
Oh.
and then it'll bring up another menu, and you'll click on wish list, which is right next to
Jess,
reviews.
let's see how many you have in here. Oh, these all look adorable. Oh my god. Okay, wait. Confused. It says play now. How do I play
So
now?
if it says play now, then it means it's a free game, and I just wish listed it probably to
Play
remind
it
myself that I wanted
eventually.
to play it. Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
Oh, I want Grey Dawn too. I see that's on your wish list.
Oh, bitch. It looks so good. Great on too. Hell yeah. Oh,
I'm, like,
there
really,
is a
really
new
excited.
game coming out this year that I did not mention that is on my Steam wish list. And may I tell you about it? It is called... Hold on. Let me see if you have it on yours. Oh, I see your totally reliable delivery service on here. Dope.
Yep.
All right. So mine is it's called Stygian Reign of the Old Ones. So it's a Lovecraftian RPG, and it is fucking dope looking. It reminds me of the old Baldur's Gate games. So after I played that Executive Suite game, I was like, bitch, I love fucking dialogue options and being able to say whatever the fuck I want, and I love walking around and completing quests and shit. I played Baldur's Gate. My uncle introduced me to the Forgotten Realms games, and they are amazing. And they are actually great because you get so much fucking agency in those games. And it's like, damn, that is my very, very favorite thing to do. It's amazing. So Planescape Torment was one of my favorites. Baldur's Gate 1 and 2 and Shadows of Am. Those were all great. They have great stories behind them. All the characters are really well fleshed out. Super interesting. And Stygian Reign of the Old Ones looks just like those. It's an adventure RPG, and it's got horror elements. Obviously, it's like very much, drenched in like Lovecraftian sort of lore, obviously with the Reign of the Old Ones. But yeah, I'm really excited for it. I don't know when it's going to come out. It said this year. I would trust it, but it's also on Steam, and it's an indie game, so that can always be fucked up. But maybe they'll put it in early access. I don't really trust early access anymore, but maybe.
Like, it definitely sounds like an exciting one. I was reminded too when I was looking at wish lists and stuff. The Church in the Darkness is another one that I'm excited for. It's supposed to release in 2019, but they've been pushing it back.
Jess has been talking about all these great games, and I just want to point out some of the games that are on her wish list right now. Number 1, I'd like to point out My Name is Mayo. One of the tags, please don't justify your choices here. One of them is called, the tag is memes. Okay, so then we go down, and Cockroach Simulator. Okay.
Yes!
Interesting.
Joe's Apartment, the game.
Fly in the House. It's tagged as relaxing. Okay, alright.
Yeah.
One of them is called, Cake. What the fuck, Jessica?
Oh, yeah.
What the fuck is this?
So, Cake, might I just say, you play as Little Cake, which is misspelled.
Oh my god.
And you need to escape from this world. Use your mouse to jump across the obstacles. You're literally a piece of cake, and you jump across, like, rooftops and
Would you
stuff.
say that the gameplay is a piece of cake?
Oh my god, I would, indeed.
So, along with that one, then we have Gunman Taco Truck. I don't even understand.
So I may love weird and stupid games. So I remember Gunman Taco Truck is like you're literally in a taco truck
Mm-hmm.
and you have like four. You have to travel across the United States fighting. I think it's zombies or some shit, or
Mm-hmm.
maybe it's tacos. I don't know. But you have to keep your taco business alive. So you will stop and you will make tacos. So it's like overcooked or cook serve delicious. Like you'll do that bit and then
Yeah.
you'll go and you'll fight things and then you'll get back in the taco truck. And it looks so stupid. I was watching Skin Teen play that and I was like, yeah, this is getting added to my wish
Oh
list.
God. There's
Like, so
also
it's a mixture of like there'll
Who's
be
Your
these
Daddy?
beautiful games and yeah, Who's Your Daddy?
Who's Your
Where
Daddy?
you play as a child.
Oh, you
and you're
have you put on here Oregon Trail. Director's
Yeah, I
Cut.
do wanna play Oregon
Great
Trail.
game. Oh, that's a great game. Giraffe Town, really? Giraffe Town.
Yes.
No.
You play as a giraffe. Mm-mm. I've also got I found a game called Roombo, The First Blood. It hasn't come out yet, but you play as a Roomba.
Oh dear God.
And it's a stealth action game where you have to fend off burglars from breaking into your home.
Jess, you have one game
And,
that
like-
sounds like it's a YouTube tutorial. How to
Which one is
shoot a
it?
criminal. Interesting.
Oh yeah, that's like a French FMV. I've been curious about that.
Interesting. The Boy Who Typed Wolf. Oh, how punny. Did you put that on here just because of the pun?
I probably. I don't remember that
It
one
looks
very well.
fine. Bus Driver. Another.
Oh yeah. So I played a Japanese game on the Dreamcast as a child that was Bus Driver Simulator. It was only available in Japan. You had to get like a disc that would basically play the game. For
Interesting.
your US one. And I played it and you had to get, these routes and get people on time and pick up people. I loved that game. Like I bought a steering wheel for the game.
You put
specifically for that one.
the last word on here. That's really funny.
Oh yeah, I've been wanting to play that.
So,
But yeah, Bus Simulator or Bus Driver seemed like that game, so that's why I added it.
The Last Word was actually a game that I competed against with my very first game, 7.
Oh really?
The Last Word was created for a game jam, yeah, and I got into the top 30. So there was like 650 submissions for the game for the whole thing.
Yeah.
And so I got into the top 30, and then right after the top 30 they announced the top 10. And so I got like really far until they were starting the voting process. So I got into the top 30 and then they announced the top 10, and then The Last Word was in that top 10. And each of them actually won something. All the top 10 people won something. It just depended
Yeah.
on what's position they were in. But The Last Word actually won. It was number 1. It was made using
yeah.
RPG Maker. I remember that. It was actually the RPG Maker competition, which the first year that it came out, that was the first year that I applied, and the first year I made a video game. So it's really interesting. You do have some good games on here. I have to say, I just want to like do some quick little shout outs to some. Now, some of yours aren't good in here. There's well, I can only say that because I've played them. The Dream Machine is okay.
It looked like
It's pretty
might not be
interesting.
great.
The puzzles are actually pretty good. The story is kind of shitty. Like, it makes sense. It's fine. It's not that scary. It's not scary. But there is claymation porn in it. Like, you get to have two people have sex, but they're clay. They're made of clay. There's clay porn. I feel like there's some sort of pun there, but I can't find it. So just so you know that, Bury Me My Love is a beautiful game. I would suggest you put it on your phone, though, because it's meant to be a phone game, because you text your lover. You are a person from, is it Pakistan? It's from somewhere in the Middle East. I can't remember what, it's been so long since I played the game. But you essentially are on your phone and you're texting. You have to leave your husband. And it's because you're trying to seek refuge out of your country. Syria. I think you're from Syria. I'm pretty sure. And so you leave Syria and you have to make choices on where to go and how safe to be and how to get money and so on and so forth. And so you're making your choices as you text your husband, and you're like telling him what you're going to do, and then you do it. So you get to see like pictures. It's kind of like a graphic novel sort of thing in between making decisions. So that one's really cool. What else is in here? Distraint, very spooky game. It's a side scroller.
Oh yeah, I've been wanting to play that one for a
Watson Scott personality test is fine. I don't know that it's worth $5. It's
That's
very
the thing.
short.
I read it's extremely short.
Yeah, it's
so
only
I was
30
holding
minutes.
because it's like,
Yeah, maybe if it was
I don't got a
99
lot of money.
cents, I'd buy it for 99 cents. Or you can just borrow my Steam library. So all these are pretty good. These are all pretty good. I don't know about all your little Mimi ones, but overall, a lot of good games have come out lately. I really think all these games are pretty good. The Shrouded Isle, I would not buy that. That came out in 2017. I have it.
yeah, it was mostly just cults. I remember
It's
watching
cool
you play
about
a little bit of it.
It's cool that it relates to a cult. You put that Dragon Cancer on your wish list? We just
That was
talked
ages
about
ago.
this. Jessica, you have forsaken me. You have forsaken me, Jessica. It's fine.
Like, the thing is, some of these games are like wishlisted from before they came out, and I've just never got around to buying them.
You added this the day after it came out, Jessica. You wish listed it. It tells me when you added it, Jessica. You can't lie to me. The data shows. The DNA test
2016.
has
Did I
decided.
even know you in 2016?
No, you didn't. You have no idea who I am at this point. But
I was like, here, look, here. Will this make you happy? Look, remove. Are you sure you want to remove that Dragon Cancer from your wish list? It can be re-added via the store page. No, I don't. Oops, there's nothing to show here. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't have that Dragon Cancer on my wish list.
Oh. Anyways, thanks for going with me. You can go to my wish. Your wish list is so much longer than mine. I feel like mine's
I noticed
inadequate.
that. I went through your wish list in
You were like, fuck that
2 minutes.
shit.
I was like, Greedon's awesome. And then it was like, that what they're saying.
Oh, Fragments of Him is such a beautiful game. The developer came into my stream when I played Fragments of Him. I cried at the end. Oh,
Aw.
it's a beautiful game. That's a beautiful, beautiful game. Oh, there's so much. Coffee Crisis sounds like a horror. It doesn't say horror in the tags, but I know it is. That's a horror. Stone just has a koala in it. That's dope. Hector Spooky.
It
That's
looks
a spooky
really cool.
game. But yeah, the rest of this all looks beautiful. You have some pretty good choices in here. I agree.
Why, thank
Kona's a pretty good game. Also a great coffee. My goodness. You have so many. Pinstripe. A lot of famous YouTubers are in that game. Cognition, an Erica Reed thriller. This looks like she's the protagonist from the new game that's coming out. From that. What Jesse Faden?
Yeah, Control.
Control. Yeah. But all these look really great. Well done, Jess.
Thank
having
you.
good taste. Except for your fucking I am Mayo. I don't understand that.
My name is Mayo.
My
Look,
name is
everybody-
Mayo. I am Mayo. Did you hear me?
All right. Everybody has their flaws. I like weird games.
No,
I cannot lie.
I agree.
You other gamers can't deny.
Yeah. It's good. It's good. I think you'll enjoy them regardless. Maybe you will, maybe you won't. Thank you guys
I will.
so much for listening to this crazy
Yeah.
thing. Sorry you had
All
to
over
hear
the
us freak out over the Rule 34 Luigi and Boozette bullshit that we looked at. We will not be sharing that with you. If you're curious on what we saw, you can go onto Google and just type in Luigi Boozette and you'll find them. Oh, you'll find them. Please don't do
they
that.
will find you.
We're not endorsing that. I'm just saying they're there. They're there and they're proud. They're loud and they're proud with their supernatural love of vacuums and sucking.
Oh my
It's
god.
great. It's fantastic.
All right.
Thanks so much for listening. We hope you guys have a nice night. Bye, or day, or whatever it is.
Yeah,
Whatever
or
time
whatever
you are.
time you're in.
But goodbye. Goodbye.
Bye.